Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is my second Sephora sale video, and in this video we're going to cover skincare, hair care, body care, as well as fragrance and a few miscellaneous things. In case you missed it, I have already shared my Sephora makeup pics, so I will link that video in the description box below. And as always, I will have timestamps in the description box as well by category, just so that you can skip through the video if you need, because these videos do tend to get pretty long. I'm also going to include all of the sale info here, just so we don't have to go through all of the details. I'm sure you're familiar. And I'm really excited for this iteration of the video because there are actually a lot of new skincare brands at Sephora, including a lot of K-beauty brands that have products that I've been using personally for a really long time that are going to be included in this sale for the first time. So I have a lot of new mentions. Of course, I stand by all of my old favorites, and you can check out that playlist if you're curious. And for a little bit of context, I am 34, about to be 35. I have combo oily skin. Right now I'm pregnant and I'm finding that I'm a little bit congestion prone and a little bit more sensitive than usual, although I do have recommendations for every skin type, which I'll get into. Just wanted to share a little bit of background about me and how I approach skincare, but there really is something here for everybody at every age with every skin type. So let's get into it, starting with skincare. I'm gonna try to go in order of application, starting with cleansers, and let's talk about our double cleansers, starting with oil cleansers, balm cleansers. A couple of months ago, Merit came out with an extension to their Great Skin line with their double cleanse face wash. And you can't tell here because I just recently used this, but this actually is a bi-phase double cleanse, and it's very unique because it's not really oily, and yet it does work as a first cleanser. I mean, there are oils in it, so you have like the water-based ingredients and the oil-based ingredients. That's why it's bi-phase, so you want to give it a good shake to mix it all together. And what really surprised me about this is that it's actually a foaming first cleanser. So it kind of foams. You take about 4 pumps of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I was actually really skeptical about whether this would break down makeup, and it really does. And it's kind of surprising because it's so lightweight. It doesn't have that typical oily, balmy feel, and yet it actually is really good at giving me a thorough cleanse. I actually feel like if you have normal to oily skin, you might really like this, or if you are someone that doesn't like any residue with a first cleanser, you might like this because it is so lightweight while breaking down makeup. I really love the Merit Great Skin line. I really love their serum or their essence. It's like the bi-phase one. I think this is a great extension to the line. If you like a more classic cleansing oil, Beauty of Chosun is a K-beauty brand that I really love. They use a lot of traditional Korean ingredients, and they're now at Sephora, and I really love their ginseng cleansing oil. I love all things ginseng, which you know if you followed me for any amount of time. This cleansing oil just really breaks down makeup. It has that classic slide while rinsing completely clean, and it's also very affordable. I think it's around $20, so with the sale it brings it to under $20, which I think is a great price point. It's just super effective at what it does. So more Beauty of Chosun to come. I also just recently opened the Kosas Cushiony Calm Botanical Plump and Juicy Cleansing Oil. I've only used this a few times, but I am really liking it. It's kind of like a thinner cleansing oil. Actually, they have this and their gel cleanser. I like this better. Both of them are pretty fluid and runny, but it is also really good at breaking down makeup. Doesn't leave a residue behind. I haven't had any breakouts or anything from it, so this has been a good one to test as well. Moving into second cleansers, I have a cleanser that I actually just emptied. Experiment is an indie skincare brand that recently came into Sephora. I think they were included in the April sale. I can't remember. Their products are really good. You're going to see more of them in this list. Their Moisture Depositing Gel Cream Cleanser is a really great hybrid of a gel and a cream. More gel than cream, but it's what I would call a creamy gel. And what I mean by that is that this has a lot of glycerin in it, and it's going to be a hydrating gel cleanser. So while it gives you the thorough cleanse that you look for with a gel cleanser in a second cleanse or a morning cleanser, it also leaves your skin feeling really hydrated. It doesn't strip the skin at all. And I feel like especially going into cooler months here in the Northern Hemisphere, I really like a gel cleanser that doesn't leave my skin feeling tight I hate that feeling, especially for a morning cleanse. Also, I have been really loving a cream cleanser lately. I do have combo skin, but I feel like I'm getting a little bit less oily than I used to be. And I'm also feeling really sensitive these days. So a cream cleanser has been so luxurious and lovely in the mornings, especially. This is the Kate Somerville Delicate Soothing Cleanser. If you have sensitive skin, the Delicate line is fantastic. I have a couple more items to mention from this line. This does come out as a creamy fluid texture. The thing I like about this is it delivers moisture without feeling like it's leaving a film behind. Like, it doesn't feel like you're applying lotion to your face, but it has a creamy quality to it that doesn't suds up, but it gives you really some time to work it into the skin as you're cleansing. And I find that it does really agree with my sensitive skin. So that is the cream cleanser of choice for me. Let's move into mists, toners, essences, that kind of fluid hydrating category. Rhode is going to be in the Sephora sale for the first time. They just entered Sephora last month. I won't lie, I was a slow adapter of Rhode skincare, but the more I use it, the more I really like it. And I really love this glazing mist. I actually got to work with them on the launch of this, and I got to try some lab samples, and it is a very special mist. There's ectoin in this, which is really great for calming and soothing sensitive skin. I think there are also peptides in here, and it gives you a really fine mist quality, but it's hydration that really sticks around. If you have dry to normal skin, I think you will really love this. If you're oily, this might be a little bit heavy for you. I really, really love this because I use it under like devices. Like I have my cooling wand or something like that. And it's not a mist that just like dissolves off of your face or evaporates off of your face. It actually feels like it's giving me real deep hydration. If you're someone that likes a milky mist, the Auto Barrier 365 Cream Mist from Estera is beautiful. I love the entire Auto Barrier 365 line. The hero ingredient in this line is ceramides. So it's really going to help build your skin barrier, fortify your skin if you have sensitive skin or, irritated skin in any way, dermatitis, eczema. This one is really beautiful. It's actually, despite it being creamy, it's not heavy. I like to use this as a skincare step, like as a toner step, whereas the Rhode I can use as skincare. I sometimes use it under makeup, almost as a priming step. I don't do that with this. For me, this is strictly skincare, but it is really, really beautiful, lovely, milky, but still lightweight. Moving into toners, this is maybe one of my favorite Beauty of Chosun products. This is their Glow Replenishing Rice Milk. I actually just emptied it. Tragic. This has that rice water quality to it. It's very watery, super fluid. It's not oily at all. It's all water-based, but it does have that milkiness that comes from the rice milk. And rice milk is known for brightening skin and calming skin and creating sort of a bright complexion. It's not a super active ingredient by any means, but this just calms my skin and it adds a splash of hydration. And it's one that I've loved and I've emptied multiple times, and I am going to miss this in my collection. I already do. I have other toners and essences that I love, but this one, I really, really like it. And then I have another Rhode skincare product. This is the Glazing Milk, and this is probably the richest of all of these fluid products that I'm talking about because it does have a little bit of oil in it. It also has peptides and ceramides, and I'm sure you've seen this all over social media. I've actually emptied this personally many times, like maybe 3 or 4 times. I'm about to empty this one. If you've never seen the texture of this, it's very milky, and this is one I would recommend for normal to dry skins as a kind of hydrating, juicy layer. I love this stuff. I find that my skin just like drinks it up. If you have dehydrated skin, this is beautiful. All of Rhode's skincare is fragrance free. They do work closely with dermatologists and have really thoughtfully curated their products. And this is a product that I just continue to reach for again and again, partly because I love the texture of it. I love the kind of rich milkiness. If you have oily skin, you could actually just use this as your moisturizer. I love it in any skincare routine. I feel like it looks beautiful under makeup as well. It gives you a real glow that sticks around. So I can't say enough good things about this. I think if I were to choose one thing from the Rhode skincare line, it would be this. If you have dry to normal skin to combo, I would say. Oily skins, you can probably skip this. Moving on to serums, I have a serum for everyone. I'm gonna start out with just like basic hydrating serums and move into slightly more active serums. This is the Estura Auto Barrier 365 Hydro Sera Serum. This is another product in the Auto Barrier line. So this is hydrating. It's a hyaluronic acid serum. It has ceramides. This is great if you have sensitive skin, if you have redness in your skin, if you like products that are calming. This one has like a gel quality to it. It's like a runny gel. And it does absorb into the skin really quickly, but it's not too watery. I feel like sometimes hyaluronic acid serums that are too watery just evaporate off the face. This one doesn't do that. And if you have sensitive skin, again, this has no fragrance. It's just going to deliver a juicy burst of hydration to the skin. On the richer end of hyaluronic acid serums or hydrating serums, this is the Experiment Super Saturated, and this is 30% glycerin. They call it their hydrating barrier serum. And this texture is like a really thick gel. And it has like a little bit of tackiness to it as you first apply it, but then my skin just really drinks it up and absorbs it. You would think it's going to be heavy on the skin, but it's not. But it does leave a little bit of tackiness behind, which I actually like. And I think it really works with other skincare because it holds moisture in. So it's a really great layering product. If you have dry to normal skin, I think you would love this. I would say oily skins, like this is the more ideal texture, whereas this is like the super extremely hydrating texture. But it's just a matter of preference and skin type. I love them both. And this is also unscented, great for sensitive skins as well. Moving a step up into slightly more complex ingredient lists, I have been loving the Beauty Project Elastic Skin. I really fell in love with this year. They call it their firming and plumping serum with copper peptides, vegan growth factors, and phytomucin. The phytomucin is really just a play on like a vegan snail serum, but it's more about the texture than anything. I don't think that's something you really need to think about. It comes out as this blue gel. It does have the slight like gel grippiness, tackiness of a snail mucin serum without the actual snail mucin. This is really lovely because it's super hydrating. It's not dissimilar in texture to the Experiment Super Saturated. This also has copper peptides. It has vegan growth factors. So I think for this price point, it's actually a super packed ingredient list. And I find that it's calming, it's hydrating. My skin feels a lot more resilient, plump, and healthy when I'm using it. And I just emptied one up, just opened this one. I really like having this in my routines. And I find that especially for nighttime, it works well when I want like a really hydration packed routine. For some actives, this year I've been really getting into Shani Darden's skincare line. I had tried a couple of things previously that I liked, but these actives are really, I think, where you get a lot of value. So I've been loving azelaic acid, especially being pregnant right now because I can't use retinol. Tragic. And I am noticing more sensitivity and redness in my skin. So this is their rescue serum with 10% azelaic acid complex. And this has been really great because azelaic acid is going to help even out your skin texture. It's going to help reduce redness. It's not quite as intense as your regular alpha hydroxy acids. It does do that sort of like daily maintenance of pores and congestion and things like that. So this is the texture. It's a gel texture. And I just kind of use it after my hydrating serums. And I feel like azelaic acid has been a really reliable way of keeping my skin issues like congestion, redness, all of that stuff at bay without being overly active or too intense for my sensitized skin right now. If you are so fortunate that you can use retinol right now, I really like her 1% retinol reform with encapsulated retinol. This is actually a really good beginner retinol, even though it's a 1%, which is on the stronger side. Because of the encapsulation, it's going to cause less irritation than a non-encapsulated retinol. This has your classic retinol yellow texture. It's a little bit stiffer than the other serum. and I just find that it's really effective, really gentle, a really great retinol for most people, except maybe the most sensitive. And even then, I feel like because it's encapsulated, you can learn to work it into your routine. So this is the retinol that I think is like their hero product in the line. It's something I've been recommending to a lot of people, and a lot of friends have been really liking this. And then my very bougie pick is this Hodoasu Concentrated Ginseng Rejuvenating Serum. I love Hodoasu. They have a much higher concentration of their hanbang ingredients like ginseng, those like Korean herbal ingredients, than any other line really. And this is a serum that's about experience, that's about luxury, that's about treating yourself. This whole line is really, and this is actually really such a lovely texture. It comes out as a stiffer gel, and then it sort of like bursts, but it actually stays really hydrating on the skin. It doesn't have a water burst feel, but the hydration really locks in. And I feel like especially overnight, it really locks in when I pair it with a rich moisturizer. And ginseng is known for brightening skin and creating really radiant skin. And there is something about Hodoasu where when I'm using their products, I just feel like I have like gorgeous, radiant porcelain skin. So this is a luxury choice. It's not a need to have, but it's a nice to have. Moving into eye creams, Paula's Choice recently came out with their Pro Collagen Firming Eye Serum. This is my choice for light hydration, depuffing, but it also has the power of peptides to give you long-term smoothing and sort of building collagen in your skin. I really like the applicator. It has that cooling metal tip and it's at an angle. And I'm someone that wakes up with puffiness. I don't really get hollowness. I don't really get super dark circles yet, knock on wood, but I do wake up just with puffy eyes, and taking something like this and really taking the time to work it around the eyes is nice. And it's also nice for daytime because it's not too rich. For nighttime, I do like something really rich, and I've been loving the In Beauty Project Extreme Cream Eye. They call it a firming and contouring eye cream with peptides, amino acids, and paracress extract. It's not going to be as firming as like a retinol eye cream. It's not super anti-aging in that way, but the peptides are really nice to have. And this is super like heavy duty. It is a stiff, rich, emollient eye cream. And I think it's the kind of thing that I'm just really starting to appreciate now in my mid-30s, because I want something that's going to stick around. I feel like in the past I haven't needed a more heavy-duty eye cream. Now that I'm in my mid-30s, I'm really appreciating that extra emollients, the extra occlusiveness, the richness that comes with this formula. And so this has been my nighttime eye cream. When I am using retinol, I actually really like to have a dedicated retinol eye cream at nighttime. That's just because I find that retinoid eye creams are formulated to be a little bit gentler. The skin around your eyes is thinner. It can be more sensitive, so having a dedicated retinol product for that area can be really nice. And this is a really great one. It's gentle. It's not going to irritate, but it's beautiful. It's the Beauty of Chosun Revive Eye Serum with ginseng and retinol. And I actually sort of take this, and you can use it as your only eye cream at night. I would actually layer this under a richer eye cream because it has a lighter consistency. And if you want something heavier, you can layer it on top. But it has the retinol, it has the brightening power of ginseng, and then I like to sort of seal it in with something rich like the In Beauty Project. You don't need 2 eye creams, but I like having that dedicated active eye cream for, you know, the crow's feet and fine lines and all of that. Rounding out with moisturizers, the Rhode Barrier Restore Cream is actually my current daytime moisturizer, and this is their lighter of the 2 moisturizers. If you like something richer, the Barrier Butter is really nice. I'm just using this right now, so I've been really appreciating it. It's kind of a basic moisturizer, but in a good way, especially for someone with sensitive skin. It has sort of a looser consistency. It gives me hydration all day long. It locks in those serums and essences, but it's not heavy. It's not too rich. It doesn't clog my pores. It doesn't get in the way way of makeup. It actually lays really nicely under makeup. I don't ask too much of my daytime moisturizers, but this is a great version of what I look for. A step up in terms of richness from that is the Experiment Molecular Mesh. They call this their Barrier Strengthening Moisturizer. I actually just emptied this, and this is a moisturizer that I can use day or night. It kind of is slightly on the richer side, but I can use it during the day because it's a looser, thinner texture. So this has a really beautiful, like buttery quality. And there's something about this that feels like it's really melting into the skin. And it also has a stretchiness. They call it an emulsion actually. So it's not a classic cream. There is a looseness that really distributes well across the skin. This also has, I think, ectoin in it to help calm the skin, one of my favorite skincare ingredients. And I do find when I'm using it, I feel like it sort of brings down some redness. If you have any heat in the skin, it's great for that. And again, it's a little bit of a step up in terms of moisture and richness compared to this. For something even a little bit richer and for truly dry skin or sensitive skin, the Kate Somerville Delicate Recovery Cream is something I've been reaching for a lot going into these cooler months. This is very stiff. It's actually almost like a balm, and it's stiff. You kind of get some out and you can see it holds its form, and then you're going to melt it into the skin. So as it's melting in, it becomes more of a really rich cream. It does have a quite emollient quality to it, and it's something that it feels like it's going to seal things in overnight, and it does. And I really like using this as my last step of skincare in the evening. It's definitely too rich for me for the daytime, but if you have really, really dry skin and you need something that is really, really rich, this is the one for you. And it's not a new product, but it's one that I've emptied many times. I keep coming back to because of how buttery it feels on the skin and that it's sensitive skin friendly. And then finally, my luxury choice is the companion to the Sorwazu Ginseng Serum. This is their concentrated ginseng rejuvenating cream. This is, again, so luxurious, so beautiful. Sorwazu creams have such a signature texture to them. It's interesting because they don't feel really stiff. They don't feel like a balm. They're not anything like the Delicate. And yet, even though they aren't like that intense, they have, I don't know, they set down to almost a waxy quality, and I mean that in a good way. Like, it creates a barrier over your skin that works so nicely as a night cream. I don't think this is something you need in your 20s. This is like a 30s plus sort of skincare item, or it would make a beautiful gift. Like, their packaging is absolutely stunning. It's very weighty, gorgeous glass. This is your luxury pick. This is going to be brightening. It's going to give you radiant skin, but it's not a need to have. It's just something that's really nice to have, and it's a luxury sort of finishing step in a nighttime skincare routine for me. Okay, finishing off this skincare section with SPF, I have a chemical version and a physical version. The chemical version is the Beauty of Joseon Day Dew Sunscreen. This is not their Rice Probiotics SPF, that's their K-Beauty version. This uses American filters, but it does have the elegance that you sort of look for with Beauty of Joseon, and it's affordable, and it's something that is going to give you moisture, hydration, and it doesn't leave a white cast, and it does feel cosmetically elegant, and I feel like it's a really great Americanized K-Beauty option in Sephora. Then my mineral version is the Kosas Dream Beam Sunlit Comfy Smooth Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40, PA 4+. I like this one for summer, especially because it's water resistant. The only thing is it is tinted, and you need to make sure you apply enough to get proper sun protection. This is the shade, I actually don't know what the shade is. Is it Dream Beam? There's like a tanner version, and then this is a lighter version, and this is what matches my skin right now. I just like it because it gives you such a gorgeous sheen to the skin. Sometimes I don't use this as my only SPF. I use it almost like a skin tint or with some concealer or even under foundation. It is a glowy product, but it does set down, and I like the water resistant quality. I'm very, very picky about tinted mineral sunscreens, and this one is one that has passed the test for me. For lip care, skincare, I have one lip mask that I have been using religiously. It actually took me a second to really fall in love with this, but now that I love it, nothing else compares. It's the Laneige Bouncy and Firm Lip Treatment. And you guys know, I love the original Laneige lip mask. However, I actually find that this is grippier and more hydrating overnight. It doesn't seem that way because it's a gel texture, but something about this gel really coats the lips and stays on overnight. And the entire Bouncy and Firm line has products, so there's like a serum, an eye cream, and maybe a moisturizer. They all have little beads that burst to create hydration. And so you apply this, you rub your lips together, you can feel the beads burst. But really what I love about this is the texture. It stays on, it's thick, it really coats the lips, which I really love. There are other lip balms that I love. I actually really love the Rhode Clear Lip Treatment. I've emptied that so many times, and I think it's actually a very good lip balm that I carry around in my bag all the time. But just had to mention this one for specifically like lip care, lip mask qualities that last overnight. So that is it for skincare. Let's move on to body care. And I feel like body care is always a highly giftable category. So I have some gift set items and just recommendations for that as well. Nécessaire just came out with a new scent. You guys know I love their body wash. I love their body lotion. I've emptied all of their products so many times. My favorite Nécessaire scent is Olibanum, but this just came out and it is so lovely. It's called Cypress Citron, and it is a very green, fresh, citrusy scent, but it's not a sweet citrus. It's like a tart citrus rind with a little bit of woods running through it. It smells expensive. It's giving expensive hotel energy, and I feel like this is a really nice scent to have like in a guest bath or something where you want that fragrance to really be appreciated. This is their jumbo size. I love their jumbo sizes because I like the pump, and they also have this in lotion form as well. Currently, I'm actually using and loving a very old tried and true favorite, the L'Occitane Almond Shower Oil. And if you've never tried this, it's actually a true shower oil. It's not going to really suds up the way a true body wash does, but it cleanses while delivering moisture to the skin. It's been really great while I've been pregnant just because I like and need that extra moisture around my belly and stuff. I feel like if you have dry skin, this is really nice as well because it doesn't strip the skin. It cleanses, it smells incredible, and it gives you moisture without feeling heavy. You can see it's a really fluid formula. This also always comes in their gift sets, which I always love and get and gift to people in my life because who doesn't love this? I feel like it's a cult classic product for a reason, and I'm appreciating it even more being pregnant and going into cooler months where you might need that extra hydration. This is a gift set I am so excited about. You guys know I love soft services. They have a product called their buffing bar, which is an exfoliating like soap bar. I love it because the exfoliation is really fine and it gives me the best physical exfoliation. My skin feels so soft when I use it, but it's not overly gritty. So this is a gift set that has 4 buffing bars, and they have all of their scents, including their limited edition scents, and some that are only available now in this set. So you get the original, which is unscented. Then you get one called Green Banana, which I absolutely loved. It smells tropical and lush and green. And then there's Debaser, which is based off of the Dias and Durga perfume, which is one of my favorites. It's a fig-based scent, and that is the purple bar. And then this bar, that last one, is their Affogato L'Orange, and that is their latest scent that they came out with. I didn't know if I would love this, but I actually do. It's espresso vanilla coconut cream with a twist of orange. I thought it would be too gourmand for this format, but I actually really love it. It comes in this adorable gift set. I'm not gonna open it because I actually am going to gift it to somebody, and I think a lot of people would really, really love this, and I just love the scent experience of this kind of gift set. Moving on to body moisturizers, I mentioned the Nécessaire body lotion. That one is great if you are looking for lightweight hydration, something that's going to absorb quickly. It's not gonna leave residue on the skin. It's not gonna feel sticky. Right now, I am in a season of body butters. And that's partly because I'm pregnant, partly because we're going into fall and winter. I just need that extra moisture. I have always loved the Josie Maran body butters, but I'm appreciating them even more now. And the reason why I love these and what sets them apart from other body butters is that this actually has a looser consistency. I actually just emptied this one. It's something between a lotion and a butter. It's not stiff. It's not the kind of body butter you have to like melt between your hands, but the looser consistency allows it to be more spreadable while still having the richness that you expect from a body butter and while still having that emollients, something that's going to deeply nourish the skin. Sometimes I feel like when a body butter is too stiff or too oily or too firm, it doesn't really get absorbed into the skin, but this always does. And I just love the scent. I feel like, well, there are many scents now. There's the original, there's unscented, there's vanilla, there's a fig one. There are so many options. And these are also refillable. So they sell their huge refill pouches, which is nice because this is a really beautiful glass compartment. I think they also have some really gorgeous gift sets of these as well. And they're highly giftable in my opinion. I have been sealing things in with a body oil for the bump. And I'm kind of back to the Nécessaire Body Oil. I feel like I haven't appreciated it as much as I have, or as much as I do now, because I need that extra moisture for any like tight feelings in the belly. This one is great because it's fragrance free. I don't love overly fragranced products on the body. I just feel like as someone with sensitive skin, I don't always want to be smelling like something. And so the fragrance free option is great. This is a light body oil, but it does deliver moisture. It just doesn't feel too greasy on the skin. I feel like it actually is getting absorbed. And these two together are like a match made in heaven. For hand creams are a category where I flirt with fragrance just because it feels less committal than applying a fragrance to your whole body with a body lotion. These Salt and Stone ones are so lovely. I've used these before, but I recently opened the Saffron Cedar, and I think Saffron Cedar is now my new favorite Salt and Stone fragrance. You'll see it again in just a second, but the hand cream is really lovely because it's lightweight, absorbs really quickly. It's not too intense, but Saffron and Cedar just has the most gorgeous, expensive woods scent. The cedar is not overwhelming. It's really balanced and it has a cleanness and a freshness and a warmth as well. I just feel like it's the perfect hand cream scent. It's just so ideal. It's not overly feminine or girly. It just smells expensive. Again, it's also giving expensive hotel lobby. For something a little bit more luxe, this is a hand treatment, and this is the kind of thing. This beautiful vessel is by Soft Services. This is what I keep by my bedside, and it's actually a hand cream. It has the airless pump, and you just pump out. And there's a version of this with retinol and without retinol. I just love this because it's gorgeous. It's a really nice thing to keep by your bedside, and I love the hand cream itself. I find it's really nourishing. My hands always feel soft. My cuticles feel great when I'm using this. And there's just something about having a gorgeous vessel that your hand cream lives in that makes you want to use it. And having this by my bed does remind me to use it before bed every night. I've emptied a few of these. I've gifted these. I think this is a great gift to give because it comes with this beautiful presentation. It's the kind of thing that like moms love, aunties love, people like me love. And yeah, I just think it's a really nice like hand cream experience, and it's pretty unique. I don't have anything else like this. Moving into hair, my current hair routines are totally dominated by two brands right now, and that is Rose and Crown Affair. There are a couple exceptions, but Rose and Crown Affair are just what I'm gravitating toward and using over and over. So starting with wash products, the Rose foundation, shampoo, and conditioner. These are empties. I'm so sad they're empty because they just made my hair so shiny, so soft, so touchable, were lightweight, but still very, very moisturizing. The scent of these products is incredible. There's like a bitter orange, almost like citrus rind, and it's a little bit sharp in a way that I really like. I feel like it really wakes you up, and it smells expensive. There's a woodiness to it as well. And I haven't smelled any other hair care that smells quite like this. I keep sniffing it because it just smells so, so good. That scent is through all of their products, but I really, really like this shampoo and conditioner. It's probably my favorite of the year. I'm also loving and using the Crown Affair Hydrating Shampoo and Conditioner. These are also really beautiful. Similarly to the rose ones, they're light but moisturizing, and they give me a really good cleanse. I do feel like the rose shampoo gives me a slightly more thorough cleanse. That might be because I'm using the hydrating formula of this. I think they also have just a regular shampoo and conditioner, and I also love the Crown Affair scent so much. This is more light. It's a little bit more aquatic. There's a slight floral quality to it, and I love this scent as well in all of their products. For leave-in and styling products, the Rose Hair Serum Milk is beautiful. It's a milky consistency. It's almost like lotiony. I just take 2 or 3 pumps. My hair is very long right now, and I work it through the ends, and it helps detangle, it helps condition, it's hydrating, it smells incredible. It has that classic rose scent. I always apply this when my hair is wet. After styling, I'm actually back to an old favorite. This is the Virtue Healing Oil hair oil. It has alpha keratin in it, and I'm just liking this because I'm finding that it is my most lightweight hair oil. I also like the K18 one, but sometimes I feel like it's a little bit heavy and it can bring my hair down. And this, I'm able to apply a decent amount of hair oil without it getting heavy or dragging the hair down or feeling like I'm seeing globs of oil in my hair. Partly the reason for this is that the cap actually distributes the tiniest amount of product. So it's really good at controlling how much oil comes out. I'm able to work it through my hair a little bit better, and it's a slightly drier oil. Again, doesn't feel heavy, just feels lightweight and gives me shine and glossiness. And then for styling, the Crown Affair finishing spray has been my favorite. If I am going to do a blow dry or curl my hair, this is not quite a hairspray. It doesn't have that intensity of hold, but it does extend the life of my hairstyles. Like this is, I'm on day 2 or 3 hair. I applied this the day that I styled it, so yesterday, and it's just allowed the style to stay in a little bit longer, and I like that it's not crunchy, it's lightweight, but it does help extend the life of my hairstyles. And then more Crown Affair. The Crown Affair dry shampoo has been a real love for me, and I didn't think I would fall in love with this dry shampoo format, but hear me out. I have not been loving my spray dry shampoos this year. I think I just don't like the feeling. I've been washing my hair more. I just don't like the feeling of having product in my roots. This dry shampoo is a powder that you apply with a brush. There are many versions of this now, but there's a sifter and you can sift out however much powder you want. You literally brush it into your roots. I'll actually do some right now. I was worried that this would be too light for my dark hair, but it doesn't leave any residue because the powder is so lightweight. This brush is great for applying to your roots. I just feel like it doesn't have any of the binder that comes in dry shampoo like aerosols. It's just the powder. And for that reason, it's really good at working through oiliness and kind of bringing down oiliness without leaving a heavy feeling in your hair. It's just a really light application of the dry shampoo powder. It's all I've been reaching for this year, really. And then finally, I'm going to close out with fragrance. So I mentioned Salt and Stone. I think I have all of their fragrances now, or all of their body mist. This is a body and hair mist, and it's super substantial. The packaging is gorgeous. This is also a really great gift. And I mentioned Saffron and Cedar, and this is my current favorite Salt and Stone body mist. I also love Neroli and Basil, maybe. I think that's the citrus one that I mentioned in the summer that I really loved. This one is a little bit more fall winter. I know I said it smells like an expensive hotel lobby, but there's something about this that works as a personal fragrance as well. There's a bit of muskiness in it that comes through more in the body mist. And you know, I know there are a ton of body mists and sprays out right now. Some of them feel a little bit young, and they're definitely marketed towards like a younger audience. This one feels a little bit more elevated and chic and expensive, and the packaging itself reflects that. It's a gorgeous glass bottle, weighty glass bottle, and this is one I've been reaching for a lot just because it's not too much of anything, but it's warm and cozy. It goes really beautifully like with a gorgeous sweater. So that's what I've been reaching for a ton. I like this one too. If you like something a little bit fresher and lighter, this is the Bergamot and Hinoki, and it has the woods quality that kind of runs through all of the Salt and Stone fragrances, but the bergamot lifts it and gives it more of like a clean scent. So if you like something a little bit brighter and fresher, this is the one for you. A fragrance that has surprising longevity in my collection and in my life is Glossier Dew. And I think this is my favorite of the 3 Glossier Dew perfumes that have come out. This is woodsy, it has a sandalwood base, but there's also a creaminess, there's Palo Santo in this. I think there's clary sage in this that always feels a little bit round. For me, this has been a true year-round signature scent, although I do think it shines in fall and winter because it has that woodsy, musky quality, but it's something that I've worn year-round. If I don't know what to wear, I reach for this. A new fun sort of seasonal fragrance for me is Fleur's Cherry Stem. This is one of their newer eau de parfums. And if you like cherry, if you like the sweetness and syrupiness of a cherry perfume, I think you'll like this, but it's not medicinal and it's not like cough syrupy, which some cherry fragrances can lean into. This has the sweetness, but it's a very dark berry. It's a little bit woodsy at the base as well. I actually like it better than a lot of other cherry perfumes that I've tried. And I know a lot of cherry perfumes can be polarizing, but I feel like this is one that really hits the note in a true way without feeling medicinal. Moving into more sexy date night evening perfumes, Sephora has started carrying the larger YSL perfumes, and they finally have YSL Baby Cat, which is not a new perfume, but it's new at Sephora, and ooh, it's so good. So this is like vanilla bourbon, smoky. It's almost like smoking a cigarette after you've been at like a jazz club all night or something. And there's something about this that is very sensual. It's definitely a date night evening perfume for me. I just love it. And it's a classic. It's been around forever. It has a cult following. I'm just excited that it's at Sephora now because you can get the discount on it, and it's a huge, gorgeous, beautiful, weighty bottle. On the lighter side, something that has surprised me actually is the Rare Beauty perfume, their eau de parfum, not their body mist. I love their body mist. I did not know what to expect with this, I'm not gonna lie. It actually sounds really gourmand when you look at the notes, and I wasn't sure I would vibe with that, but it's not a gourmand. Even though there are gourmand notes, there's something really fresh and bright and floral and balanced about this that makes it really wearable in a similar way that their body mist is wearable. It's very clean, it's feminine but not girly, and it also has a very fresh, uplifting quality to it. It's like, it doesn't smell like the body mist, but it creates a similar vibe of that like uplifting, fresh feel. It's a really good daytime perfume, and I think it's also one that's really good if you work in an office. It doesn't project too much, but it smells really pleasant and fresh and clean. Something that I have an eye on is the new Lore perfumes. Lore is a newer perfume brand that has just launched with some of the founders of brands that I love, including I think Youth to the People. I think there are about 4 to 5 perfumes in the line that I feel like I need to smell in person to really get, but the bottles are stunning. They're very sculptural, they're very artistic. It's a very conceptual perfume brand. It feels very expensive and high end. Not that it's not expensive, but I think they're relatively affordable in the perfume world, like equivalent to the Fleur prices. I'm very curious about those, and I'm really excited to see what this like conceptual perfume brand will actually smell like in person. So that's something that I'm eyeing personally. Okay, if you've made it this far, you are such a trooper. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything, any products I mentioned or products I didn't mention, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to try to help you there. And if it's your first time here, then I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll subscribe and join. Yeah, there's a lot more to come looking towards the end of the year. I'm working already on my Best of Beauty series for 2026. I'm thinking about Black Friday stuff, gift guides, holiday ideas. There's just a lot coming up. So I'm excited. I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm back in the groove. And I'm just really excited to be back here with you all after my little hiatus. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.